Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Real Reds Talk, the authentic fan channel made in Manchester. Kylian Mbappe has signed for Manchester United. Let's go.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
It'd be much more enthusiastic. It would be much more enthusiastic than that. Yeah. So, obviously, Kylian Mbappe has not signed for Manchester United. However, he has been linked, and there's a lot of big news surrounding him in terms of bids and other clubs linked with him and a potential move to Saudi Arabia. So, we're going to touch on that. Eric Ten Hag has liked what he's seen from Jadon Sancho in the false nine. I want to talk about that and how he could be using that position. Anthony Martial is back. Should be training this week with a squad and in contention for the Real Madrid game. West Ham are pushing for Barry Maguire again. Some concrete news on that. And then we've got a little something interactive towards the end, name the transfer. So make sure you stick around. Make sure you get involved in the comment section, leave a like in the video, and subscribe to the channel. So we're going to hit this straight on. Mbappe is obviously the massive talking point at the minute, lads. Al Hilal have offered a record €300 million to sign Mbappe for 1 year on £13 million a week. Absolutely mental numbers. Now, obviously, Manchester United can't offer anything close to that. And we'll discuss United in a minute. But Chiva, just give us your first thoughts on that whole deal in general, and then we'll talk about United and other clubs linked with it.
Well, it's important to note that there's no talks between Mbappe and Al Hilal. It's just an offer. They haven't started talking, according to Fabrizio. It's a good option for PSG to have on the cards. It's a good option at the moment because they don't want him to go, obviously, for free at the end of the season, and they're trying their best to sell him. I don't think it's going to go there. They're going to find some kind of solution, and he goes to Real Madrid. He's not going.
Do you think Madrid pay?
They might do some kind of loan thing, but I just don't see him going to Saudi.
Why not Saudi? Elaborate a little bit if you can.
It's Kylian Mbappe. He's how old is he? It's not Saudi Arabia. Usually, it's no disrespect to them. I really like everything that's going on there, but it's more like when you're towards the end of your career, sort of thing, or maybe you've achieved, a certain amount of trophies for a player at the level of Mbappe. But I don't think he go on.
No, I was just literally going to say that we have seen before, money does talk, and this is an astronomical amount of money we're talking about. It's not like just your average old deal. This is the biggest ever, times 10.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's Kylian Mbappe. It's not... me personally, I don't know. I just don't see him going there. I think he waits. He already has... I think him and Madrid already have that agreement, and he's fucked them over once. I don't think he's going to do that again. They have an agreement for 2024, unless he goes there for a year, plays there for a year, and then goes to Madrid. But I don't see it happening.
Yeah, that Madrid team's shaping up nice if you manage to land Mbappe as well. Some of the talents.
Can you just imagine what that team would be like with Mbappe and?
Oh, mate,
crazy!
Real.
Did anyone see the friendly with AC Milan?
No, I didn't watch it. I've not had a chance to watch it yet.
I saw the highlights. That game was mad. Both teams, Anyway.
Yeah, they're shaping up with their kind of new transfer strategy. Sam, now obviously you see the links to Manchester United. I doubt any of us got excited because you just know the situation. But do you think if new owners had taken over, that's a bit of a tongue twister, taken over at the start of July and we had them in place, do you think this is something we would potentially look at in any capacity?
I'd like to think not. I'd like to think we'd have more sense and do our transfers diligently, what's right for the team, rather than splashing on the shiny signing and getting people, the United fans excited, rather than the fans who come to the ground and actually want to watch football. There is these fans who are just, all they care about is transfers. They don't actually give a shit about the football. They don't actually watch the games. They just get excited about the transfers and the Ronaldo FCs and the Pogba FCs and all the etc. I'm sure Mbappe's got his own crew of fans who just follow him, they followed him from Monaco to PSG, and I'm sure they'll follow him to Saudi or Real Madrid or wherever he's going to end up. I hope we wouldn't do it, But would it be out of the realm of possibility? Absolutely not, because we see the way Qatari ownership is running PSG over the last however many years they've been in charge. They've just signed the biggest, shiniest players possible: Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, etc. And they've just splashed the cash. And what have they got to show for it? A couple of Liga titles and no Champions League. Like, it's not the way to do football. Like, you build teams for a manager, for a system, and you build them normally slowly. Like, normally it takes time to build a team and a successful team and get to the top and stay at the top. Fergie is the perfect example of how to do that. Pep is another example, but he's done it in a slightly different way. He's sort of just chucked money at it until he got it right. But he's also a great tactical coach and very good at what he does. But he's also got unlimited backing. So I'd hope that we didn't do that. But would it be out of the realm of possibility? Absolutely not. I just really don't need the drama. I don't need the constant Mbappe stories every single week about his agent slagging us off, slagging Ten Hag off, saying he's a nothing manager. Like, you can see it happening. It's unneeded drama. We want to build a team. We want to build people who want to be here and not here for the massive paycheck. And I think that upsets everything that Ten Hag's trying to set out for me personally.
What would you do if you was in his shoes though, Sam? If you're Kylian Mbappe right now, how do you handle this situation?
Go to Saudi, take the money.
Yeah, for a year.
That's what he's motivated by, isn't it? Like, that's what he's been motivated by. Like, why would he stay at PSG for the amount of time he has when he could go to Real Madrid and be an absolute legend? The concern is, if he does stay at PSG, obviously he's the captain for France now, innit? And PSG just simply don't play him, then, you know, is France still going to play him if he's not playing? Yeah, of course they will.
Time
of course they will.
For Paris, you think?
They'll play him. Like, he is the star of France. He's the star player across the world right now. So France would play him no matter what. It's a bit like if Harry Kane sat out at Spurs for the next year, Gareth Southgate is still going to pick him and play him, isn't he? It's just, that's the way it is. He's the top English player we've got. Like, I know there's arguments, but like, I'd say he's the best English player we've got at the minute. So he's going to start no matter what. And I just think he's motivated by money and power. And that's what he's going for. That's why he signed that new contract with PSG with all the perks where he gets to pick the club director or whatever, or has to say on transfers, whatever the fucking clauses were with all the ridiculousness. So I think he's after the money. And if Saudi Arabia is offering you, what is it, 16 million, how much a week?
£13 million
a week for a year, essentially a loan deal, get paid absolutely out the arse, pay zero tax, and then go to Real Madrid for free next summer. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. He gets the money, PSG gets money, Saudi Arabia gets to claim they've got the best player in the world, and then Real Madrid get in next summer and they get to build their Galacticos again. Everybody wins. I don't see who loses out in this situation. Like, just makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, but is the offer from Saudi Arabia for a year?
I believe so.
Yeah.
For a year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how crazy it is. So 300 million euros, and then it's like 400 million euros for the year,
12-month contract.
12-month contract.
Ah, okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Shreyas did the same thing this morning. He was like, a year? I was like, yeah, because then they're cutting out, so they bring Mbappe for a year. He still gets to go to Madrid, so he gets what he wants, gets a massive paycheck, and they get him in a season in the Saudi League, which would obviously be fucking huge.
And then Real Madrid gets him for free.
Yeah.
And then he plays. I don't know. I think because it's interesting. I think they would have already had personal conversations already, if that was the case. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Although Sam, I don't think he's all the way motivated by money the way you said it, because I think he had already agreed to go to Madrid, and then PSG came with this crazy offer, like, we're going to double your wages and we'll make you. You know, it wasn't like he demanded it. It was like they came to him.
I'm not saying he demanded
I don't
it.
think,
I'm saying,
I'm just saying,
if he's offered a shit ton of cash, he's taking it. And I'm sure, like, for example, let's just use Bruno Fernandes. Apparently he was offered by Saudi Arabia offers. I imagine they were a lot more than what we're paying him, and he stayed. He's not motivated purely by money. Every football player, all of us were motivated by money. If we get
Yeah.
offered a shit ton of cash, we're going to take it. It's just that's the way it is. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that it's a negative trait. I'm just saying that's how it is.
Yeah, but the Bruno Fernandes thing is a bit different. Like he's not. He still has time. He still has things to do in Europe. I'm not saying it's still admirable of him not to go, but then it's not like Real Madrid came to him with money. It's like Saudi Arabia came to him with money. So it's
but
two different things. But anyway,
people like Neves went. He's in the prime of his career, and he went. He took the money.
yeah.
So
It is interesting. But speaking about Saudi Arabia specifically, because we were speaking about them off camera a little bit, from a financial perspective, Chivet, are they good for football, do you think? Do you like what you're seeing from them?
I don't have any complaints with what they're doing at all. A lot of people are complaining about Saudi Arabia, but we forget what the Premier League is doing to football in Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
In 5 years' time, we wouldn't have any. Italy would be dead. There would be nothing left in Italy.
Crazy, isn't it?
The Premier League is killing all the other leagues.
Yep.
Like in another 10 years' time, we'll just have Bayern and Real Madrid, and that's it. Like nothing else. We're sucking all the players in from there. I remember a few years ago, I was watching when Brighton first came into the Premier League. I was watching Brighton, and I saw Montoya from Barcelona. He used to be a right back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What's Montoya?" Like, I was, what? He's in Brighton. Like he went from playing with Messi. He was in that one of the great teams. Well, not great teams, but he's won trophies. I'm sure he's won the Champions League. I'm sure. He's from La Masia, like from the, he's supposed to be like royalty or something. And he's playing in Brighton. And then it was him. And then I'm watching other games. And then suddenly you're seeing players from prominent European teams. And you're seeing them in like fucking, for example, now West Ham is trying to get Leon Goretzka, like from Bayern Munich or something. Like,
never
so
happened.
we have to, so we're over here pointing fingers at Saudi. But we're killing the league in Europe. Players are leaving other competitions to come to England because this is where the money is. I don't see anything wrong with that. Like they like football there. Football is crazy. They're football crazy there. They worship the footballers. Stadiums are packed to the rafters. They're crazy about it. So why not expand it? Fair play to them. And then thanks to them, we can offload players from here who we're trying to sell some. There's people are talking about Martial going to Saudi Arabia. I'm sure there's a lot of people are happy about that. So yeah, why not? I have no complaints, and I hope we can get some like the league on Sky Sports. I'd fucking watch it.
Yeah, interesting, especially with some of the players that are going there now. Aside from kind of political views and stuff, Sam, because I know you're very strong as a channel on that. In general, what they're doing with football at the minute, do you have any concerns, any worries at all?
In terms of what they do, like they're just doing, like Chivy said, they're doing what the Premier League has done for years. We've got all the money and we're just getting the best players. That's essentially what they're doing. Their money comes from oil, for the most part, which is a finite resource. It will run out eventually at some point. Like Saudi Arabia has to look at that, and that's why they're diversifying with this football.
Putting golf as well, didn't they?
Yeah, golf, the PGA thing. They're trying to get an Olympics, I believe. They're trying to get the World Cup, etc. So they're trying to make themselves so they don't have to totally rely on oil, because they realize, like everybody else realizes, it's going to run out at some point. So they have to diversify and make other forms of money-making sort of opportunities so they can continue on. We've seen that with Qatar. We've seen that with Dubai. We've seen that Abu Dhabi. All the Middle Eastern countries who historically relied on oil are now having to think about other options and enter the world, which hasn't been done historically for a long time. We saw Arab countries for a long time as just like these countries that were closed off, countries like Iraq, countries like Iran, stuff like that. And now there's like several countries come to the table and sort of changing the way they approach things. Is there issues there? Absolutely. Is there human rights abuses? Absolutely. Could things be done better with LGBTQ? Absolutely. Like, there's loads of issues that could definitely be done. The way certain journalists have been treated in Saudi Arabia for a long time. The guy who got chopped up, like, I don't agree with that. Freedom of speech, etc. There should be number one. But again, that's their country. I think there's a lot of stuff can be changed. But in terms of sport, if they've got the money, as long as it's not gotten by nefarious means, as long as they're not like getting the money from an illegal means or anything like that, then that's fine. They can do what they want with the money. I think, yeah, again, this money's going to run out eventually. How long it takes to run out, I don't know. Like, I don't look into oil prices and oil levels, etc. like that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in 10 years. Like Chivy said, like in 10 years, do they have then a sustainable league with really good players? Are they then developing their own stars because they're able to put money into their academies and develop Saudi Arabian players? Could that happen? We'll see. It didn't really work in China. Like, I've not heard of many Chinese stars come out of China. Like, I've got to be honest. But every other country does it.
Let's not forget they beat Argentina in the World Cup.
Yes.
And the whole country went crazy. So this is what I'm saying.
What a game that was, by the way.
Yeah, it's crazy. So this is what I'm saying about at least Saudi Arabia has a culture. Well, not just Saudi, the entire Gulf has a culture of football. And we can see what that has done, not just there, but then to the other countries. So like even countries that are facing war, like Iran and Iraq, and their only outlet, is football. Like this is the same thing we faced in Nigeria. Like with all the craziness that was happening, the one thing that united the whole country was football. Whenever there was a religious issue or football was the thing. So I don't see why this is an issue for other people to enjoy this beautiful game that everybody enjoys. Why is it a problem now when I'm not talking about you, Sam, I'm just saying in general. Why is it a problem? Why is everyone raising eyebrows now that Saudi gets to enjoy, that part of the world gets to enjoy football? And it's not like they're just like the Chinese league didn't survive or anything. This is something that's sustainable. They're having lots of players, and you're having players from other Gulf regions, from Morocco, from Tunisia, from all these other places are going there. Why not? I mean, if there's a plan, if they're planning ahead for the World Cup, which is another couple of, I don't know, at least another 10 years before they get it, then that means that there's a sustainable plan that they have in place to be able to have this, to keep their league going. And another thing that would sustain that league is the culture of football, the support from people. So why not? I don't have any problems with it, honestly. And I really hope the best for them. And I know that yes, they've had issues. There's issues there with, like you say, human rights and everything. Let's not forget that they haven't been 100 years in civilization. It takes time for these kind of things. Look how long it took the Western world to actually get to this level that we're in. It's taken hundreds and hundreds of years of absolute brutality and craziness. But then we got there, and we can't expect everyone to just catch up all of a sudden just because everywhere is civilized all of a sudden. Then we should, they're still fighting. It took a while for things to happen. So yeah, it would take some time. And it's their religion. If they don't believe in LGBT, we can't force them to believe in that.
No.
But we can at least be patient with them, because these kind of things will happen slowly. So women can drive now and little things like that. And little by little, it might start to, and football might actually play a role.
One can only hope.
My issues have always been with governments and institutions. That's always been my issue. The people, from what I've people who've been to these countries, who've visited and sort of interacted with the people who live there, I've had nothing but positive things. They're hospitable, they're welcoming, they're friendly, etc. And they seem like really nice people, which I'm sure is true. Like, having not visited these countries, I couldn't say, but I'm sure I believe the report. It's the institutions and the governments I always have an issue with. They're the people that hold the power and oppress people and try and force things down people's throats, etc. The people in the countries just want to live their lives, man. They want to go to the jobs, they want to see their families, and they want to enjoy football. And
they want to watch football,
yeah, that's all they want to do. I'm like, absolutely, I want them to do that, and that's what I want them to do. I have an issue with governments in the way they run. I have an issue with our fucking government in the way it's run. Like, the way, like, I don't, like, sorry to, like, bring it up, but there was a woman, a black woman on a bus with a child, and she was £1.30 short of the bus fare, and the police arrested her on a fucking bus and pulled her off the bus in front of a child. Like, how's that happening in the UK in modern day? So we ain't perfect. Our government's fucked. Our institutions are fucked.
And
so
what's our biggest source of thingy? We sell arms.
Exactly.
Arms. Exactly. So it's not like, they sell oil, We sell
Governments
weapons
are
to everyone
fucked.
else.
All governments are corrupt.
Anyway, yeah, sorry,
Fucked.
Nick.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, that's not. Have I got news for you? Political debate. I understand both points. You both make very, very valid points. But let's try and bring it back to the football a little
sorry,
bit.
guys. Sorry,
Should we dive into the comments if possible?
Yeah. People are just going, Sam is an idiot, Chivy's an idiot. Yeah, no, I'm joking.
I'm not supposed to be serious then. I was like, he's not read that out.
No. Aaron, unless you have no problem with Mbappe going to Saudi, why not get the bag instead of rotting in reserves at PSG? That's a good point. PSG talking about first team training. Brian Casey got rid of a diva last time and don't need another one to come in and disrupt. Please no Mbappe, I'm done. I'm tired of the drama from Brav. I'm that, to be honest. I don't think we want Mbappe. He's not an ideal team player. He's a selfish player, always looking for the personal milestone. Definitely going to break the team. Aaron, I think Mbappe gets a bad image for the choices PSG make. I do think he's tarred by the PSG brush quite a lot of time because they've made some stupid decisions over the time. But Aaron, severe, Chivy, bang on. Hypocritical people slating Saudi when the Prem started all this mad money. He'll have several hundred million reasons not to care what people think. Absolutely. When you got that much money, who gives a shit?
That's a good one, yeah.
Dan, late, what have I missed? Just a political debate, Dan. Just putting the world to rights, don't worry. Well said, Chivy. So many leagues criticised the Premier League a few years ago. That's where all the money was. Now it's Saudi. Brian Casey, this is turning into the brew tonight. Apologies for turning it into a political discussion.
Yeah.
And that isn't my strength, so don't expect me to host a fucking political debate. I don't know first thing about politics. Anyway, speaking about strikers, we're not going to need one because apparently Jadon Sancho is going to be playing as a false nine. Laurie Whitwell put something out before that Sancho's trial as a false nine is a genuine attempt by Ten Hag to see if he could perform the role on a regular basis. Ten Hag has been encouraged by what he has seen, in particular against Arsenal. Now, I was thinking before, because we've spoken about Ten Hag's kind of setups at Ajax, and he was using a false nine with Tadic, wasn't he? He kind of had like Tadic dropping, linking up with Ziyech and Donny, and then it kind of leave like Neres to isolate 1v1, and you had Tagliafico kind of overlapping, you had the overloads. And it got me thinking, see, could this work? Could it, do the similar thing with Marcus Rashford and Luke Shaw on the left-hand side? Have Sancho in that central role? Do you see a world where this works, Trevor?
I don't know. That's kind of weird. If he's actually doing that, does that mean that he doesn't have genuine plans to get a striker?
No. I wasn't implying that, but I mean, like, it could be an alternative. You know, if you bring a striker in and you want to set up a little bit tactical, different.
I mean, yeah, possibly, but it's only pre-season. We don't know. I mean, we're yet to see what that is. So when Ten Hag came last season, everyone during pre-season, everyone that he played out of position was not in his plans. So he played Tellers as a centre back. He played Tellers in the midfield as well. There was a time he played Eric Bailly as a DM, and he played Eric Bailly in as a right back. Yeah, so everyone, I was like, everybody who he didn't really fancy, he played them out of position, and the people that he fancied, he played in their right positions. And this is something, when I saw Sancho play as a 9 on both occasions, I was like, is he trying to tell us something? Does he not rate Sancho? But I never really spoke about it with anyone. I was just thinking, but I mean, why not? It's Ten Hag. He can sort of.
He does what he wants.
Yeah, I think he has liberty to tinker, because you mentioned Tadic. Tadic was like a wide. I'd never seen like a wide playmaker before. Like,
yeah, true.
Yeah. He played. He was on paper. He'd be on the left, but he would always drift into the 10 and kind of pull strings. Sancho kind of passed the test on when we played Arsenal. Whether that would be the case with others, I don't know. But
yeah.
I don't have any problems with it, to be honest.
Well, Sam, when you think about false nines, you need to be technically gifted, intelligent movement, great ball control, all this kind of stuff. One, do you think he could potentially do that role as a new one? Because we've not really rated him on the rings. You've got quite saturated in that position. You've got Garnacho, Rashford, Palestra, Ahmad, Antony. Could this be a new potential role for him? And have you been encouraged so far by what you've seen in pre-season?
I think we need more evidence. I think we've only seen one game of him play. Well, one half really of him playing there. So I think we need more evidence. Did he do well? I thought he did decent. against a strong Arsenal team. Obviously, they looked very off their game at that point. But he did decently well. Good goal, well taken. Showed a bit of pace, which we've never seen before from him.
Unbelievable, by the way.
Never seen.
Rapid.
I don't know why he's not shown that before, or if he was capable of it before.
I think he looks leaner as well. He looks like quite trimmed at the minute.
Yeah, if Ten Hag thinks he can do it, or Ten Hag wants to see him try it, why not? This is the time to try it in pre-season. Why not try it, see what happens? Because how long is it going to take us to get Rasmus Højlund in? I don't know. Like, could be this week, could be next week, could be a few weeks, could be the start of the season. Who knows at this point? Like, it's just, it's up in the air at the minute. So we need to find a solution till then. So the solutions are Rashford plays down the middle, or we find somebody else to do it. They're the two choices we've got right now, because we have no other striker. Martial is apparently back in training, I believe.
We'll touch on that in a sec.
So there's an option, but can he be relied upon? Not over, if you look the recent future, not really. I don't think you can. So I think Ten Hag's trying to find a solution, because obviously we can't just go out and buy, say, Harry Kane, even contrary to what reports are saying United are still interested. I don't think we are. Like, I really don't think we are. But he would be the solution, but obviously he's not available because we don't have the money to do so. So Ten Hag has to find a solution, and if he wants to trial him, go ahead, pre-season. Let's see it. Let's see what he's got. He's a capable finisher. When he was at Dortmund, he scored goals, man. Like, he could score like a lot of goals, and he was capable.
Great ball control as well. Very passing range. Well.
He's capable. He's got the technical abilities to do so, but from what we've seen of him at United, his confidence has been super low. We've not seen him put it all together in a string of games at the same time. We've seen glimpses here and there in different games, different halves, etc., but we've never seen him put it together. So could he do it in this position? Possibly. I'm happy to let Ten Hag try it and just see what happens.
Nice, I like it. Just a simple yes or no answer. Is this Jadon Sancho's last season to prove it for you personally?
Should be.
Should be?
Yeah.
Has to be done it. Third season now. Like, he's got to show something, and I hope he does, because I do like him.
I think he will. I
hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. He looks different now, so.
Another one who's kind of on the last lines at the minute, Anthony Martial. He's scheduled to start taking part in full training this week ahead of the United and Madrid game. United are treating his return from a hamstring tear with caution, and Ten Hag will only select him when convinced of his fitness. But if you was to look on the other side of the coin with this, Chivy, I know you like Martial. If he was to stay fit now, would you be optimistic about this season? Even though, if we bring in Erasmus and you had a fully fit Anthony Martial, do you think he's more than capable of putting in good numbers, 20 plus, like the season Marcus had last season? Do you think he's capable of that still, if he could stay fit?
Of reaching Marcus's level?
No, not Marcus in particular, but just showing them levels where, decent level, basically, as an out-and-out number 9.
Absolutely, of course. Like, if he stays fit, is that the question? If he stays fit?
Yes.
Absolutely. Why not? I mean, we saw what he did when he wasn't fit. Last season, he was still the second highest goal scorer.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Isn't that mental? Like, that's his conversion rate is insane. His ability to link up with players is insane. You could tell last season that the manager really fancies him, but obviously he can't stay fit. This is another thing for like, if you can't, yes, I'm Martial FC, of course, and everything, but I'm also a very realistic person. If we get a good price for him, or if he can't stay fit this season, there's no point hanging around. Like, just go. But then I think if he's, a fit Martial for Manchester United, absolutely, why not? And then you add someone like Erasmus Højlund, or I don't know, whatever. Yeah, then the Rasmus Højlund thing doesn't look too crazy, because then we have an option, right? It's not a crazy gamble if it's that way. But Martial, I mean, him and Marcus Rashford have like a partnership sort of. He's got this thing with Rashford.
Telepathic.
Yeah, he's got that thing with Bruno. So if he can put in a long string, if we can get a couple of games going, why not? But then that's, like you said, if he stays fit. So
well, strange things have happened before in football. People have come back. Like,
we've seen people come back from the dead. We've seen if Aaron Bissaka and Marcus Rashford could come
Exactly.
back, then I'm not putting anything past anyone.
Nah, and even
Not just
mine this
Martial.
season. I'm an open book.
Yeah.
I've learned that.
Yeah,
to be
so
fair.
not just Martial, just anyone, because Wan-Bissaka was dead man walking. Marcus Rashford was good as dead as far as we were concerned.
Crazy.
And look what's happened. So yeah, why not?
Do you think if he was to go to another league, Sam, with it, because we obviously know the intensity of the Premier League, do you think somewhere like Saudi, less pressure, workload, recovery would be much easier? Do you think it'd maybe be better for his career in general to make that move?
I mean, he went to Sevilla and it didn't work, did it? That's a slower
true.
league, warmer climate. You'd think that'd be perfect for him, but didn't happen, did it? Like, just he got booed by the fucking the home fans while he was there. One goal. So, like, that didn't work for him. I think he had, like Chivy said, he's got all the abilities and all the attributes to do well in the Premier League. We've seen him do it. Like, he's performed, but his injuries have just hampered his progress and hampered his career throughout the time at United. Like, I remember seeing him come on against Liverpool and score that goal, and I was like, this guy has got something. Like, he's insanely good. And it's just never happened. Like, it's just never happened consistently. And it's sad, man, because I think he's got great ability. I think his finishing is one of the best that we've got at the club. His touch is unreal. Like, he's got, like, after years and years of watching Lukaku fail to get a first touchdown and just absolutely fuck it. And then you watch the way Martial brings the ball in and touch it. Like, you're like, that is ridiculously good. So, I like him a lot. I just think his injuries have got to the point now where we should just cut him loose. And I just don't think we should continue on with this experiment, because I just don't think it leads to rewards or like a career revival. I'd love to be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Ten Hag can prove me wrong, and he comes back, like Chivi said, comes back for the dead and scores 20 goals next season. Like, he gets 20, Rashford gets 20, and say Højlund comes in and gets 12, 15. That'd be amazing. I'd fucking love that. Like, that'd be absolutely amazing. I just think his time's done at United, to be honest with you. I think it'd be the right time to move on, but we'll see what happens.
Well, speaking of moving on, we'll talk about Barry in a second. Have we got any quick comments we can read out before we do?
Absolutely. Aaron saying, I don't know if Sancho's too soft to play up top. Dan Arrington, it worked for Liverpool with Firmino as a false nine, dragged the two centre-halves out, gave Salah and Mane more space to do their thing. I think Sancho could do the same job as Firmino. Very good point. Is it just because Sancho looked fitter? Yeah, we've said the same thing, Prab. Prab said, don't think Højlund plays pre-season for us. That would be annoying if we don't get him in at any point during pre-season.
Probably agree with that, to be honest with you. We've got 3 weeks to the Wolves game, just less than 3 weeks now, I think it is.
Sancho's last season to prove. Knick-knack. Martial's done sod all for the last 3 seasons. I think that's a little harsh. A little bit harsh, but... Gary Barlow's in the chat with one of the
absolutely bloody fantastic.
One of the greatest comments I've ever seen in the chat. United need to relight their fire so they can shine and we can live the greatest days of our lives. Just saying,
Love
lads.
it. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Well
yes.
Absolutely like that. Dan Raj, Glazers out, green kit out. Dan's not a fan of the green kit.
That's a debate. It's a debate to have, to be honest with you.
Martial had a Ballon d'Or clause for a reason.
What do you say?
The green kit. He don't like the green kit.
No, the away kit.
Is it black or green?
It's like dark
green.
Like a dark green. Yeah.
I think the kit is ass.
Yeah, me too. I hate it.
I like it.
I fucking hate it. It's disgusting.
Retro vibes.
DJ Superfly, give him away. Jalaway and Mbappe to United. I still find it funny when I read that. A £250 million player who have 700 to 900k a week salary. We can get 3 to 6 players in for that sort of money. Absolutely. Knick-knack, the stats don't lie. What for Martial? He's our second top goal scorer, mate, last season. And he didn't play.
It started like
what do you want stats?
Like even if that.
DJ Superfly, the green kit looks nice. Yeah, it splits opinion, that kit. It really does.
Join the club.
I've put a poll up on the YouTube. I think it's like 55-45. Like, it's very close. Like, people...
When you see Real Madrid's away jersey last night, when I watched
fire. Fire.
I was like, what the fuck? Like
Madrid always get nice kits though.
Yeah.
Can we get their designers? Where's their designers? Why are they not working for us?
It's fucking Adidas. It's the same fucking yeah.
But they never miss ever for Madrid.
Never.
Like, very, very rare.
Bro. Like, and I was looking at, I was like, man, like these, like, I just think the UK Adidas, they're just trolling. They've trolled Arsenal, they've trolled us, and I wonder who they're going to troll next. It's just whoever is designing that thing is just.
Put the intern. We've got the intern, haven't we, on ours? Like, we've got the intern designing our shit.
We have the Arsenal intern at United, and Arsenal have the United intern. Yeah, and then it was vice versa.
Oh my god, that green kit that they've got, I don't know what's. It's like a dragon's spunk or something. It looks so weird. Like, yeah.
Don't these things have to go past like some sort of validation or like?
They did a video on it and they were saying like they was going back to the stripes back in the day and like there was like a whole kind of story behind it. And I didn't like it when I first saw it. I even put in the chat, it looks like a humbug sweet or a toothpaste. Like it looks. But then I saw Onana with a jacket on. I was like, that's quite fresh actually. And I don't like that. It's like a guilty pleasure. You know what I mean? It's like. When Wham comes on your playlist or something, and you're like, this isn't mine. It's not my phone.
Can we get the whoever does the Ajax kits? Can we get that designer? Because they always nail it every fucking season. They nail that. I'm like, get that guy, whoever's doing that one. Like, it's ridiculous.
I always like Porto kits as well. Porto always got really nice kits, but. Yeah, seems like we need to hire someone in that department as well. I'm not sure how to segue from kits to Barry Maguire, so I'm just going to just go straight for it. West Ham, this is coming from Sky Sports, Seth saying West Ham is still pushing to sign Harry Maguire, a loan or permanent deal, and not being ruled out. But Chivit, if it is a loan, it needs to be an obligation to buy, right? We can't just be loaning Harry Maguire out, getting him back, loaning him back out. Like, how old is he? 30 years old now, Maguire?
No idea how old it is.
Yeah, so important if it's going to be a loan to get an obligation to buy, right?
Mate, anyone coming to us for the loan should fuck off. Like, seriously.
Let's be clear.
Nottingham Forest, the fucking Dean Henderson one pissed me off so much. So, yeah, we really want him. Okay, cool. This is how much. Can we loan him? No, you can't. Piss off, buy the player or fuck off. Like,
yeah, why is everyone coming to us with loans? Because when we ask it, like... Mate, you're paying premium, pal. You're paying premium.
That's what I'm saying. Everywhere we go for a player, we get the door slammed in our face or like premium, and then you come to us with a loan.
Yeah.
You mad. No, but here's another thing. We need money.
Ask me for this favour.
Ask me for this favour for Harry Maguire.
This I cannot do. I cannot do this favour.
We no loan him out.
Yeah.
But but the thing is, we need cash. We need money. Like,
I'd love to see Chivy in the board meetings. This right. This is the plan. And Chivy just goes, "We need cash. We just need cash, man. Right, come on."
Yeah,
this looks like a good deal. We could loan him and do this. No.
Need cash.
We need dinero, pal. Get it in.
So. Yeah, and then how would that look? Like, that's how we gonna look now if West Ham managed to steal this guy on a loan? Like, we look like we've lost our balls. Like, anyone who come to us with some crazy shit. So imagine if he goes on a loan to West Ham, then whoever wants to get McTominay, whoever wants to get Fred, everyone's gonna come with their loans and £2 million or something. Yeah, fuck off, man.
What was it Galatasaray offered? 6 million for Fred.
Yeah, that's like, outrageous.
Mate, shove it up your ass and fuck off out the door. Like, that
6 million.
Here's the worst bit. You just got listen, bro. They just got £100 million for Declan Rice.
Yeah.
And then they're coming to us to ask for a loan.
Not got any money.
That's like showing up in like a Versace suit, like custom made, and then going, I need some money. I'm so poor. I've got no money. Yeah. So you wearing a fucking $2,000
It was
suit,
a deal
mate.
on that
Fuck
sandwich.
off.
Like,
can you imagine? Like, we just saw you got paid across the street and you crossed the road and he asked me for
counting your cash out as you're walking across the road. And I'm going, I've got nothing. Yeah, you
just crossed the road and you asked me to loan you a tenner. You mad?
Tell you what, as well, West Ham's fucking list for you speak about midfielders there is so bizarre. So you mentioned Goretzka before.
Leon Goretzka, yeah.
And then there's like other like proper world beaters out there that they want to go, and then they've got like McTominay on the list and someone else, and I was like, this is a proper range of players here you're going for. Like, But please, by all counts, please do sign Scott McTominay and please do sign Harry Maguire, because if you can recoup, £70 million for them, praise the Lord, go buy fucking Harry Kane, please.
But here's the thing, just 30 mil, right? Let's just cut the crap.
Yeah,
25 to 30 million pounds.
Which wages that are an issue as well, Trevor. That's the thing. That's the only issue. Like, you have to pay a certain amount, because he's like, well, you want me to go play for West Ham, who was in a relegation scrap last season, and cut my wage by 50%, 100 grand a week. Yeah. Like, it's like 5 million a year that he's losing out on, whatever it is.
Well, then it's up to him. He has to make that decision to either stay and not play and risk playing in the Euros next year, or go on like that. So.
Brian's just asked for a picture of Leacher in the away kit on the screen, so I've just put it on screen. That guy is a sexy bastard, isn't he?
He is. He really is.
Look at that shit. That guy could make a bin bag. He could wear a bin bag and make it look good.
I'm not even lying.
Ridiculous.
I'm a heterosexual male, but he looks really, really good in that. I can't even lie. He does.
I would. I definitely would.
Mate, he does. That's where I saw that. I was like, I'm sold. If the Glazers weren't still here, I'd get it. But yeah, it's what it is. We've gone on a thing there from like shit defenders to sexy defenders. We're upgrading in life. Manchester United. It's nice. Just one last quick thing before we do name the transfer, and I do want to speak about this quickly. Our best mate, Rob Dawson, just reported that United have rejected many loans.
Inside joke. Inside joke.
Many loans for Kobe Mainoo. What are you expecting from him this season? Are you excited to see him, Chave?
Absolutely. I think this could be the one. We thought we'd see this from Timothy Fosu-Mensah. I don't know if any of you remember.
Oh, yeah, that. Of course.
Yeah. We thought we'd see this from Ghana, James Ghana, and he left.
You're still upset about that, aren't you, Chivy?
Yeah, it pissed me off. Yeah, but then now we've got Mainoo, and what I like about him, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, like he doesn't play like he needs to prove anything to anyone. Like, he just plays. You can see that he's been training with the team for like a year, and it's paid off now because he knows everyone. He just plays the simple pass, or the not so simple pass, and he's just he's so matured in the way he plays, and he's comfortable. He doesn't look out of place. So yeah, I'm more than happy with him, with us keeping him. There's no point loaning him out to anywhere. Why don't we just keep him, let him grow with us? And,
Do you think he'll get enough minutes, Sam?
I hope so. I really hope so. I think he's got something. Clearly, Ten Hag thinks he's got something because he's let Iqbal go, he's let Savage go, they let Garner go like last season. So clearly they weren't cutting it in Ten Hag's eyes, but Kobe Mainoo is, because he's played every game of pre-season. He's what was the answer in Rob Dawson's like Kobe Mainoo on loan has been a firm no. So basically he's like he's not going anywhere. He's be around the first team. You could play. I think you'd be all right playing him against the likes of like Luton or like teams like that. I think you could play him in those teams. Give Casemiro the day off. Save.
Mate, look better than Rice.
Exactly against Arsenal. What are you talking about?
If you looked at those two, who's the £105 million player? Like, do you know what I mean?
Go, mate.
Like he's really, really good, and I hope that he gets minutes, and I hope he gets time, because I think if he does, he'll develop into a really, really good midfielder. And it's good to see that we're finally developing midfielders, because it feels like a long time since we've had a decent midfielder from the academy. Because I like Scott McTominay, I do. I just don't think he's the level we need him to be. Like he's a decent player, and he works hard and he's passionate, etc. But just not the right level. Whereas I think Kobe Mainoo could be that level. I think he could be a really, really good player for us. And yeah, if he gets the team, if he gets the minutes and he gets involved in the team, learn off the likes of Casemiro, Bruno, Mason Mount, and if Amrabat comes in, he's got the best people around him to learn from. So I think, he could reach as high as he wants to go.
I'm getting absolute pelters on TikTok, by the way, because I know Kobe Mainoo from Stockport, and I know he's English. I know he's got, I think, Ghanaian parents as well, so he can choose either England or Ghana. I put a French flag on the top bit by accident. It was literally purely an accident, right? And every single comment on the video's done really well. Everyone's like, there's some glowing comments about the analysis. It's really, really good. But 50% of them are
he's fucking Ghanaian, you idiot, or he's English, you idiot. And I was like, it was a mistake. It was literally just a mistake. Like, I put the wrong flag. I was doing notes before it, and I was talking about like Cantona and blah blah blah. So all the flags that was up there recommended was all like French flags.
You remember when you were doing the wage analysis of the thing, the amount of comments about people going, you got Havertz wage wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you can't make mistakes on social media, mate.
Yeah, I looked at the internet on the site, so you know what I mean. Like,
you know what's crazy about these comments is like the person who's putting in the 7th comment, like, what do you think? He's already seen the first 6.
Like, they read the comments and then
So like,
you got it wrong, mate. Fuck off.
Do you know what annoys me as well? Do you know when you say something like sarcastically, or you make a joke, and then people comment going, "Actually, this is what it is." It's like, I made a joke. That was the point. Like, you fucking moron.
It's what's the word when they're like overly? Is it pedantic? Is that the right word I'm looking for? Like, people like that just fuck, give it a rest.
Or thick, basically.
Yeah. It's a better way to put it. All right. Let's dive into this last bit of the show then. A little bit of fun, as always.
I'll read some comments out just before we do that. Paulinho, 50 million bid rejected by Fulham for West Ham.
Yeah. But he's just got a shoulder injury. He's got a bad shoulder injury.
Really bad. Might be out for a while. That could cut his valuation. Like.
Yeah.
Let's go in for him. Let's grab him. I like Paulinho. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Leacher looks fire. Absolutely, mate. Brian Casey, look how good that looks. This is like a green Aston Martin. I'm not sure what the car is, but it's a nice car. That's an instant icon. Dan Errington, no homo. Absolutely.
How
can you not love that kit? It's beautiful. It's not Shah. It's fucking horrible. But
I'm with you, brother.
Leacher makes it look good, but it's shit.
I'm with you, brother.
The kit's awful. I don't think it's even that bad if you take the daft stripes off the sleeves. It ain't even that bad. There's been a lot worse kits this season. Yeah, Arsenal's kit's worse.
Fair enough.
It's definitely worse.
Arsenal's the green one we had last fucking season.
Oh, that was terrible.
Oh my god.
What was that Tottenham? Didn't Spurs have some weird ass lime green? Yeah, last season. Like, they had like
there's just purple, wasn't it? Yeah, purple
and it was
and yellow or something, or purple and green. I think it might have been.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Maguire could never look so cool. Yeah, there's a reason why he's not in any of the promotion shots for it, because the sales would just take a nosedive if they took shots of him of it. DJ Superfly, I'm off. I didn't know it was this sort of channel. Get used to it, mate. We all love Leacher here. Get absolutely used to it. Aaron, don't know what sort of direction the stream's taking. Mate, we're just going to make a dedication to Leacher at this point. It's going to be a Leacher fan channel. That's what it's going to become.
Yeah, I'm going to get a cardboard cut out behind me of Leacher. I'm thinking about it for a while.
I hope the Martinez stuff wasn't clipped up. Clip it up, mate. I don't care. I'll profess my love for him.
Who gives a fuck? I would have said it on camera if I was asked about it.
Aaron, I think you forgot about Tom Cleverley, Sam. Oh yeah, the legendary Tom Cleverley was a midfielder that we produced, wasn't he? Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, a Premier League winner. Put some respect in it.
Very true. We do have many promising good midfielders in the academy. Gore and Isaac look promising. Yeah, definitely.
Just got new contracts, Gore, as well.
He did. Prabhav saying the hoodie looks nice, Nick.
Oh, well, I mean, I wasn't expecting any fashion compliments, but I'll take it. Thanks.
He said black and yellow repping Wiz Khalifa.
Not to be that guy, but it is black and orange. Yeah. But yeah, let's just get past that.
Not real Reds talk, Leacher talk. I am starting that podcast, mate. That is definitely fucking happening. I will make that.
And Ahmad talk, and there'll be a couple expanding off this real Reds kind of tree, if you will. Yeah. Is that all the comments? Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
All right. What we're going to do is name the transfer. So Sam will kindly load the first one up. And then, lads, if you know it straight away, don't say it. See if the chat can guess it. But let me know if you do know, if you think you know who it is.
So, Manchester United, 8.5 million to Real Sociedad.
What year was that?
I'm not telling you.
You can't tell. He's not said the year. Jimmy's pissed off already.
So from United to Sociedad.
Yes. I know who it is, by the way.
United to Sociedad. How much was it?
8.5 million.
8.5.
Let me know if you want a clue.
One clue, just one clue.
He was a prodigy that everybody was excited about.
Was he a striker?
No.
Nando's is another clue as well, by the way.
Oh yeah. Januzaj.
Yes,
Oh,
Adnan.
Yeah, cool.
Adnan
Adnan
Januzaj.
Januzaj. Yeah, very exciting coming up, and he was like, "It's got something. It's got something." And then
Everybody's-
never
Oh,
really-
mate,
Everybody's
the
got
touch,
in this
he's-
chat, man.
bro, his touch was amazing.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
looked like he could have been special. Really,
Yeah.
really did.
Yeah, he was. I remember saying future world class.
Mm. Yeah, I'd love to see the clip of that now.
Yeah, there was the famous, didn't he? The date. He went on a date, didn't he? It's with a girl to Nando's, and his mum dropped him off when he
Bless
was
him.
younger.
Yeah.
Nice.
Adnan.
Number
Next
2.
up,
Manchester
So that
United,
is-
12 million
yeah.
to Bayer Leverkusen.
this could have been 12 million euros, by the way. So it's 12 million pounds or 12 million euros. I understand there's a difference there, but yeah, that's what we're working with. Any ideas, lads?
Bayer Leverkusen.
Let me know if you want any clues.
This sounds very mid like 2000-ish, early-ish 2000. Leverkusen.
Let me know if you want any clue.
I've got no idea on this one.
Attacker. He's an attacker.
Thanks. Yeah.
Chivy, this game is pissing Chivy off so much.
I've got the price tag, the clubs that moved, and the area where he plays.
No, you
If you give
can't
anything
say-
else, I'm going to tell you the player.
Well, you can't say the clubs that moved. That's the question.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's a
Yeah,
big
so
enough
that's-
clue. Listen, if your knowledge isn't good enough for this game, Chivy, that's not my problem, mate.
Leverkusen.
Oh,
I'm
fucking
going
hell.
to give you 20 seconds, Chivy.
I've got.
I'll give you another clue if you want. A better clue.
One more.
Yeah. Mexican.
Chicharito
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, he went to. I thought he went to Madrid.
on loan.
Leverkusen.
On loan, he went to Madrid. We didn't sell him.
Yeah.
Transfer to Bayer Leverkusen.
Couple people in the chat got it right. Aaron got it right.
Did they?
Shah Sam, Henry Jones, Brian Casey.
Henry,
Yeah.
of course,
They-
Henry's in there.
They fucking got Google at home. Like,
Yeah. Are you alright, mate?
Why
You
is
alright?
why are you so upset with this game, Jimmy?
I
Like,
know.
what's happening?
Going on.
I'm not
I'll,
upset. Sorry.
I'll stick to guess the team or whatever for the next one.
Don't
Um,
let's not have Chivy on the next game we do because he's
No.
clearly not enjoying this.
I like games. like this.
Right, next up, guess the transfer. Number 3.
Manchester United, 10 million to is that Villarreal?
Villarreal.
Villarreal.
Eres muy bonita, cariño. Bueno.
Was that Forlan?
Nope. That would have been my guess, though. Not far, right? It's around that kind of time period.
People in the chat are guessing Forlan. No, it's wrong.
Nope. It's not Forlan.
It's around that time period, though.
Yeah, not far. Not far.
Is it a striker?
Yes.
Okay, I know it is.
Well, so yeah, striker. Yeah.
I think I know it is.
Let me know if you want any more clues.
One more clue.
Italian.
Come on, Chivy.
Oh,
Giuseppe Rossi.
I was
Giuseppe.
about to say Giovanni.
What, Giovanni Rossi? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, I was just about to say Giovanni.
Giuseppe
Giuseppe
Rossi.
Rossi.
So that was United kind of selling players. This is now United buying players on the next one. Okay.
Okay. A couple people in the chat got it right. DJ Superfly, Henry Jones, obviously.
Yes.
Brian Casey saying, I would not like to play Monopoly with Chivy. There you go.
Mate, you got to see me with Monopoly. Shit goes flying. Honestly.
What are we on? Number 4?
Yes.
Aston Villa, £19 million to Manchester United.
Sorry? You kind of broke up there. I couldn't hear you.
Aston Villa, £19 million to Manchester United.
19 mil. Was that Ashley Young?
No, this was the 90s.
Oh, Dwight York.
Ding, ding, ding. Straight on
Nice.
it. Dwight York.
Everybody
Straight off the
said Young in the chat. Everybody said
Yeah,
Young in
that-
the chat.
19 million. I don't know how much we paid for Young, but I doubt it would have been that
Is it
much.
30? Like 30 million for Young?
I thought it would have been way less.
Is it
For
less?
Ashley Young.
Yeah, no, we got him when he was alright.
In prime. We got him in his prime.
Yeah, but not
Well,
30 million.
I'm
Would
going
have
to
been
Google.
that
Let's Google it.
I
Have a look.
think it was 30. It was something around that.
Surely not. I'm saying 15.
Okay, let's see. Chat, guess how much Ashley Young is from Villa.
Yeah.
to
Who was?
Manchester United.
Oh, it was
I don't
under
give me
Fergie.
rupees or euros and none of that shit. Sterling pound.
Under
Sterling.
Fergie, okay, it would have been less. It would have been less than 30.
Oh, Nick was spot on.
How much?
17 million.
Yeah, not too far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
People are saying 25, 24.8.
Click
Brian,
it. I'm the best.
Brian got it right. Brian got it right. 17 million. So
Oh, wow.
there you go.
Fair enough. Yeah, Brian's the best.
Yeah.
Right, next up. What have we got?
Oldham Athletic 700,000 to Manchester United.
Right, don't say it if you know it.
If you know it,
Do not-
Chivy, just keep it to yourself.
Yes, do not say it.
Why?
Because we need to chat. We need to chat together. Why are you so upset with this game?
I'm not upset. I'm not
It's so annoying.
I thought you were asking.
Every question, he was just like,
Yeah.
fuck's sake, why?
No. I thought. No, I'm not upset. I'm not
If you
upset.
know the answer, don't say it. Why? Because we want people to guess. Interactive. Get involved. Well, do we know it? Do we both know it, you think?
Yes.
Okay. Chivy?
I don't know.
He was a wing back.
A wingback. Dennis
Mm.
Irwin?
Yes.
Boom.
Dennis
Oh,
Irwin.
wow.
Got it.
Sick.
Got it. Dennis Irwin, 700k, Oldham. Did everyone say Skulls? I bet everyone said Skulls.
No, so Henry Jones said
Oh.
Irwin, Brian Casey said Irwin, Dan Everton said Irwin. So yeah.
Nice.
Ahead of this
Knowledge.
time. He's one of the only players from that era that fit into this modern football game easily without a problem.
Yeah. I didn't watch much of him,
Exactly.
I have to be honest. I've only gone back
Yeah.
and watched highlights, so I can't even sit here and pretend like I watched him day in, day out.
He didn't have a bad game for United. I don't remember a bad game he had for United.
I don't
I could not pick a game out. Where he had a
Mr.
bad game.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Literally.
Right, so this last one, just a little background story. Much like the Otamendi thing that I had, the blooper, where I just said the team. I did guess the team. I don't know if you saw that, Chivy, but I did guess the team. And I said Otamendi at the
I
start.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've basically done a similar thing with this, and I sent it into the chat for the lads, and then listed the player that it was, and I was like, oh shit. So these know who it is, but this is just purely for the chat. So the first one to get it, Steve can get it.
You could have just given me this one, Nick.
Yeah, I know.
Could have like made Chivy look
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah. Next time, before I do something like this, I'll just get recommendation. I'll send you a message directly before it.
Yeah.
Like, does this suit you, sir?
Yeah. Would you be able to guess this one? Okay, we'll put that one in.
Italian, not too much of a distant country for you, is it?
Brabrav, yeah, it is Porto. It is Porto, yes.
Porto. 31.5 mil, is it? I think.
Yeah, 31.
I'm surprised. I swear it was. Oh, sorry.
Just if you can, Sam, double check it if you can search it for us now. 'Cause
I'm sure
I
it
looked,
was less.
I looked at transfer market, and that's usually pretty reliable. So, yeah. But
Well,
just
to
double
be
check.
fair, well, I'll wait for people to. Maybe.
Okay, it's a little less. It's 25 million according to Bleacher Report.
So it's 31 euros. It would have been.
Transfer marked as well. They're saying 25 million.
Yeah, I think I put down euros. So 31 million euros, 25 million pounds.
Oh fucking hell! he retired in 2019. Interesting.
Has anyone got it yet?
Yeah, loads of people got it in the chat.
All right, cool.
Aaron has got it. Dan Everton's got it. Henry's got it, obviously. Brian Casey's got it. Yeah. Anderson's the one you're looking for.
Yeah, I thought
that was a lot of money then as well.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, that was money.
Did we get him and Cleberson at the same time?
No, we got him, Nani, Hargreaves, and Tevez in that window. That was my best
That's a good window,
ever window.
That
was a crazy window.
I could tell.
And we just won the league. Literally, we won the league, and then we just went and got Nani, Tevez, Anderson, and Hargreaves. That was the year that we had the jersey with the white stripe at the back, like that. We were.
That one.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's there.
Average just bought shits on Fabregas.
If you know, Anderson. Yeah. What player? It was all right. I didn't mind Anderson.
Did he have to have oxygen one day on the side of the pitch?
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah.
That
It was pre-season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely blowing out his heart.
Just fucked, completely fucked if you get up to the other side of 10.
Yeah. I think that the chat's knowledge is quite good on that, so I think next time I'll level it up a little bit and make the difficulty a little bit harder, and go for some niche ones. Because I saw a couple of nails, like, no one's gonna fucking get that, like no one at all.
It doesn't matter how hard you make it. Everyone's got Google at home. Like,
it's a good point. It's a good point.
Chivy's just wrecking this game. Like, there's no
Charlotte
integrity.
Athletic 1992 bought for 1.923. Yeah, I'm sure you knew that off the top of your head, mate. But
it's good fun. Good fun, yeah.
It's good fun. It's good fun, yeah. And it's been a fun show, to be honest. I've quite enjoyed this one. So, yeah, big up to the lads coming on. Big up to everyone in the chat for interacting. Make sure you do leave a like on the video for us. Subscribe to the channel. If anything breaks within the next 4 hours, I will go live. It's after 12 o'clock. You can piss off. And, yeah, script.
There will not be a watch-along for the Wrexham game, by the way. At 3 in the morning. It's not fucking happening.
Not even if you pay me. I am not fucking staying up at 3 in the morning. Plus Johnny Evans, 35-year-old Johnny Evans against Wrexham.
Aaron is saying Chivy wants to just tear this game down. So yeah, people are not happy with Chivy's
media piece after
this of this game.
I was mad.
Do you know what? Do you know what I think it is, Chivy? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's the Nigerian in you. Like when Nigerians question something, it comes across as quite aggressive sometimes.
Yeah, it might be like a kind of...
Is that the thing? Because I've had, like, when I worked with Nigerians in the NHS, they'd ask me a question. I'd feel like, are you annoyed at me? They're like, no, they're just asking a question. So
exactly.
I think that's what it is.
Unacceptable. I'm going to do like the Sun and write a bad news article about you after this.
Absolutely. Yeah. I try to put my happy face on, for people. This is what I get.
Thanks, we appreciate that. Yeah, as soon as he turns the camera off, Discord goes off. It's just like that.
He turns it off and he just goes, "Fuck all you guys, I hate you."
Nah, come on.
Nah, but we like you for who you are. That's what it's about. Be real, authentic, real Red Talk. Right, something that will show you up, Chivette. Everybody get the capybaras in the chat. You know the script. We're going to play you out. There's actually a remix on this, which I'm going to add to the soundboard, which is, a bit of a drum and bass capybara remix. But
I'm going to get that iPad app that I was telling you about, Nick, where we can make soundboard. I'm just going to get the long version of the capybara song so we can play us out.
But here it is for you guys. You're all a bunch of legends. Leave a like on the video for us, subscribe, and we'll see you lot in the next one. Peace. Capybara.
One more time.
One more. I'll give it one more. 1 second. Capybara.
Peace out.
In a bit. Capybara.
We want to play out, and we want to play out. We want to play out, and we want to play out.